Claire, let's start with the mail, should we? And bin lunacy in Bristol.
Yes, this is Bristol, which is now turning into a shanty town, given the fact that they have up to 9 waste containers, but only fortnightly collections. Now, bins are the one thing that gets everybody exercised here, how frequently you empty your bins, how many you have. But in Bristol, it seems to be a massive problem that you can't walk down a street without pretty much tripping over bins, bags.
It's true because
caddies, crates.
I was there just a couple of weeks ago, and you notice it. It's difficult to drive down a street because there are bins all over the place.
Well, I mean, the writer here, Claire Foges, who lives in Bristol, she's saying that they've got 6, and it does seem a bit ridiculous. Black for general waste, green for garden, brown for food scraps, and so it goes on.
Blue for recycling.
Yeah, and
goes on and on.
It gets ridiculous, actually. And looking at the picture there, a lot of them seem open-topped. You're just like...
this is it.
They haven't got a lid on, so the rats are going to have a field day.
Well, which is one of the complaints, or the foxes. The foxes go into it. I mean, one of the answers I would have thought for recycling is to make recycling centres easier to get to. Say, at the end of a road, big bins at the end of the road, you could have 3 colour-coded ones, and people are more likely then to recycle.
Bristol's got a lot of these...
I don't want a recycling point at the end of my road.
No, because what if you live at the end of the road?
Yeah.
You've got it next door. But Bristol, for instance, a lot of places have got these Victorian terraces, and just to expect a Victorian terraced house, which has a very limited front anyway, to actually have enough room or whereabouts to have 6 bins there waiting for collection once a fortnight is just ridiculous.
No.
And it doesn't suit all sorts of...
No, and it doesn't. And sort of the slight cynic in me thinks that is this just a method now to get more income off people by fining them? Because there's an awful story. A lady in Brighton who runs a fragrance store was fined £400 for putting a bit of cardboard into the wrong bin. £400.
I'd refuse to pay it.
But you'll get taken to court.
Go to court, because there's surely no court with anyone remotely sensible would say, yeah, you need to pay £400.
Yeah, but that's an upsetting experience.
It is an upsetting experience, and you may have the strength to be able to do that, but there are a lot of people who would be extremely frightened by a strongly worded letter from the council and a court threat.
Where I live, if there's a tiny little bit of cardboard or something that sort of slightly shouldn't be there, a little bit of plastic dangling out of your ordinary household waste bin, they just bung a sticker on it saying, we're not collecting this, you haven't packed
and
properly.
You don't get a reduction in your council tax for them not collecting your bins, but equally the council will then fine you for putting something into an incorrect bin. So it does seem a little bit like an income generator for some councils.
We put recycling in the general waste bin when, if for whatever reason, you've run out of... Because what you can't do is put any extra recycling next to the recycling bin on the street, because they won't take that.
They won't take that.
So if we've ended up with an extra bag, you just put it in the general waste.
Well, we're not allowed to.
Kind of defeats the purpose.
It's not different, but it's like you need to get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't think you should have admitted that on air, in fact.
Well, why not?
But what are we going to do about it?
Well, they would refuse to collect my bin if I did that.
Would they?
But then I only get it collected every fortnight.
Oh, see,
and that gives you so much to have to try and fit in.
Well, we're lucky. We get our bins collected every week, and we have two bags we have to use, one for recycling, one for ordinary.
Well, that sounds unbelievably simple.
Well, there you go.
Right.
We have to move near you. But bins. I can get really angry about bins.
No,
but
really?
People do. It's
Just
a really
watch what you say.
basic fact of paying your council tax. You want your bins to be collected frequently.
Yes.